joining us from US, Europe, Mexico, South America, Southeast Asia, or anywhere else around the world, I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. This channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So no matter where you are joining from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. No matter where you are joining from, or where, okay? So Mr. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China. His story bridges Eastern wisdom and universal human emotions, offering readers around the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. So if you love meaningful story, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you're absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge, it's a way to nourish the soul, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. Don't just scroll past, my friend. Hit the follow button and subscribe our channel and stay with us. If you have any questions, just send me the message and start the conversations. Okay? So make yourself at home right here and give us a like and drop a comment below. If you have any questions, let's spend one of them together right here. Okay, today let's talk about the world is the reflection of the mind. Okay, the book is written by Chinese author Xuemo, translated by J.C. Clary, the professor of Harvard University. Okay, so today I want to share you a very simple but extremely powerful truth. The world we live is not the world itself, but but a projection of our mind, but a reflection of our mind. Yeah. So most of the pain, misunderstanding, conflict, and negative judgment in our life doesn't come from the others, not from the outside world. It comes from our inner prejudice, our delusion, and our fixed thoughts. So let me share you a famous ancient Chinese story which perfectly explains this truth. Yeah, once a man lost his knife. He searched everywhere and couldn't find it. Gradually, when he saw his neighbor carry a lot of firewood from the hill, a thought appeared in his mind. My neighbor must have stolen my knife. Okay? From that moment on, everything changed. When he saw his neighbor walking, the neighbor's step looked sneaky and guilty. When he heard his neighbor talking, his voice sounded suspicious and unnatural. When he saw his neighbor smiling, he felt the smile was fake, hiding a secret crime in his eyes. Okay, Daniel, you're right here. Okay, Daniel, nice to meet you. Have a nice day, Daniel. Yeah. Okay. So how is the weather like in India? Is the temperature still very high? Okay. Let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. A few days later, the man accidentally found his missing knife. It was buried under the firewood in his old wood shed. He had forgotten that he placed there himself. The next day, when the man met his neighbor again, surprisingly, everything was completely different. The neighbor walked naturally, spoke sincerely, and smiled warmly. There was no trace of fear at all. Yeah. So my friends, please notice this. The neighbor never changed. Only the man's mind changed. Yeah. When we hold the suspicions, the whole world looks suspicious. When we hold the prejudice, everyone looks problematic. Yeah. When we hold the delusion, the reality becomes distorted. The outside world, is always neutral. We color it with our own mind. Yeah. So this is exactly what the spiritual wisdom teaches us in this book. The world is a reflection of the mind. We perceive life through the sixth sense: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. And these six senses create all our feeling, judgment, like, and dislike. Nothing outside has fixed meaning. Nothing is absolutely good or bad, beautiful or ugly. Yeah, we can look at the world objectively. The rotten meat, the rotten meat is disgusting for us, but the food for the dogs. Yeah, the manure is dirty for us, but the home for the flies and for the insects. Fame and fortune attract some people and repent others. All difference come from our inner perspective. All conflict, misunderstanding, and suffering arise from our own deluded mind. Many people try to control these thoughts. Many people they want to control their thoughts. Okay, they try not to overthink, not to worry, not to judge, but they always fall. Why? Because thoughts move faster than wind. If we lack awareness, we are easily carried away by random thoughts and fall into negative emotions. Yeah, the true practice is very simple. Do not fear rising thoughts. Fear only awareness. Fear only awareness. Yeah. So we don't need to fight our thoughts. We just need to observe them calmly without following them, without judging them. So when we abide in our true mind, wandering thoughts turn into wisdom. Do you want to turn your wandering thought into wisdom? So you can take a copy of this book for reading and it can give you the answer. We can handle life calmly, yet our inner peace remains untouched. When we live in delusion, the thoughts become massive vents, tangling our heart and creating endless suffering. All experiences in life are temporary. Pain, happiness, gain, and loss all eventually become memories, like passing dreams. Most people suffer not because life is too hard, but because they cling too tightly to fleeting things. So when you fall in love with some people, okay, mm, you don't need to avoid this this love this love experience. Okay, so you just face it. Okay, maybe you can treat. Sometimes love is not holding. Love is not for holding. Okay, yeah, Daniel. So you can let go the love. For example, do you know the short story of Old Man Xinjiang, written by Chinese author Xuemo? The man during his wedding day, in his wedding day, in his wedding date, okay? So he was seized by soldier and forced to join the army. And decades later, when he come back home, he found that his wife had become others. Okay, when he found that, he didn't angry, he didn't hatred. Okay, he only to take care of her far away. Okay, he earned the money just to take care of her ex-wife, now the wife of someone else. Yeah, so you don't need to you don't need to say that okay I want to take the suffering of this love. Okay, you just face her. Okay, sometimes love didn't means you hold it in your hand. Okay, letting go is some kind of love. So let's continue to talk about the book. They care too much about others' opinions, too afraid of failure, too attached to temporary results. Yeah. Okay, creating life and self-centered mind creates a narrow, painful world. A peaceful, open, grateful mind creates bright and gentle world. So, as the ancient saying goes in China, if we can understand the Tao in the morning, we can satisfy even we pass away in the evening. One day of awakened life is far more precious than 100 years long of confused struggle. Yeah. Okay. Mm, painful. So if you thought that that's painful, so it means that you have the attachment. You have the attachment. So you can make the love just as our author Xuemo written the book in the Holy Man and the Spiritual Woman. The fire noodle, 炒面 fire noodles. Hi, Alan. Nice to meet you. Alan, Alahak, Alabak. Nice to meet you. So you want to talk about you want to talk about so Daniel, anything is impermanent, even though the painful is also impermanent. Okay. So you want to learn the fire noodles, Okay. In my hometown, a lot of people love to eat the fire noodles. Today, we also eating the fire noodles. So there are two kind of fire noodles. First we have to cool the noodles and take the noodles in the cool waters. Okay. So we add some oil and add some onion, just something like that. Okay, and put the noodles into the pan and fry it and put some meat, just egg, just something like that. Another kind of frying noodles is the is we ate today. Okay, we ate today. So that is made by Shangxi noodles. Okay, Shangxi noodles. One of my friend right here, and he cooked the noodles for us. Okay, he could look just like that when he, yeah, attachment, avoid attachment. So you have to find, let's see that, some comes, so you have to find, okay, how to avoid that. You don't need to avoid the attachment. You just face the attachment. Okay, when you face the attachment, um, when you face the attachment, the wandering thoughts, you can turn the wandering thoughts into wisdom. So there is a way how to say that. Um, so you don't need to care about others' opinion, too afraid of failure, too attached to temporary result. So we just do the things. We just do the things like this. Okay, I'm going to sharing you that how to avoid the attachment. So our author Xuemo always said that in his book, stay forever awake and clear in the present moment. Follow the circumstances as they come and live in joy and freedom. Master and still your sixth sense with no wandering thoughts in your heart. Do your deeds like painting on empty air. Focus wholeheartedly as you can and let go completely when you finish. Leave no attachment, neither in the void nor in your heart. Yeah. So that's one way that you can avoid the attachments. Actually, you have to face the attachment. Yeah. When you know that anything is impermanent, you won't attach anything. Yeah. So first, you have to know the truth. The Tao, you have to understand the Tao. The Tao is anything is changing, anything is impermanent. Yeah. So you don't need to attachment to anything. You don't need to attach to anything. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. Yeah, the author, you know you're Daniel, yeah. Daniel, have you ever sent you the pictures of yours? I didn't get the pictures from the email. Let's check. Yeah, can I share the email? No, I cannot share your. I cannot find your pictures, my friend. Yeah, I cannot find your pictures. You sent me. You said to me yesterday. So you will send me a video that you sing a song. Yeah, but I cannot get that. Okay, I cannot. I didn't see the email. Okay, I cannot see that. So let's continue talk about the book. Okay. Hi, Pandas. Nice to meet you. Pandas. Nice to meet you. How's anything? Yeah, today is the afternoon. Okay, it's the afternoon, or maybe it's 10 o'clock, 10 or 11. Yeah, happy Sunday. Yeah, happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. So actually in China, the Sunday is finished. Yeah, tomorrow it will be the morning, Monday. Tomorrow it will be Monday. So a calculating and self-centered mind creates a narrow, painful world. A peaceful, open, and grateful mind create a bright and gentle world. Yeah, Sunday is a resting day. Yeah, and also in China. So do you go to the church, Pandas? Do you go to the church on Sunday? Yeah, and recover for the next week. So we are always ready for the next day at the next moment. Yeah. So as the saying, so my dear friend, the outside world will always change, challenge and uncertainty, but we can always change our inner world. Do you think Sweden have a chance against France? Yeah, the football is wrong. The football is wrong. Anything it will be happens. Yeah, actually, mm, the greatest problem of French is maybe the goalkeeper and the defense. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, okay, okay, really, okay. So let's continue to talk about the story, okay? So remember the story of the knife. The word doesn't need to change. Our mind need to change. So when we let go of prejudice, that is the fake profile pictures. Let's see. This is a fake word. Anything is a giant illusion. Yeah, anything is just a giant illusion. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? So when we let go of prejudice, misunderstanding disappear. When we let go of suspicions, conflict ends. When we let go, when we when we purify our minds, our whole world, our whole life become bright. Yeah, you know that, Pantas? Okay, you realize that, okay? You realize that? So let's continue to talk about the book. The world is a reflection of the mind. This book, we have the English editions and the bilingual editions, and also the Spanish editions of the world is the reflection of the mind. And this book, and also the cartoon one. Okay, this is the cartoon, the world is the reflection of the mind. Yeah, this book, you have four editions. Have four editions of the world is a reflection of the mind. The same person. Really? Okay. So do you know that there is a saying? One of my friends told me that he said that the people from Western countries, they saw Chinese, their face are almost the same. Yeah, and also the Chinese people, when we thought about the people in Western countries, okay, we can see their face are almost the same. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? The world is a reflection of the mind. This book was written by Chinese writer Xuemo, okay? This is the first volume of the Mindful Yoga series. Yeah? This is the first collection of the Mindful Yoga series written by Chinese author Xuemo. Okay? This book just help a lot of people get through, get rid of their mental crisis. Yeah? And before our author Xuemo write this book, okay, just because our author Xuemo, how to say that? Our author Xuemo's son, our author Xuemo's son got a mental crisis, get through a mental crisis. Yeah. So if you ever know our author Xuemo's life, you know that Mr. Xuemo was left home for 20 years close to Muhammad yoga practice. Yeah. So, and our author Xiong's son, he grew up with his grandfather and his mother. Yeah. So about 15 years ago, Mr. Xiong's father-in-law passed away, and then his son just saw his grandfather's body was burning in the fire, and then Mr. Sherman's son felt that life was meaningless and got stuck in anxiety and pain. Yeah. Our audition want to help him, to tell him our real opponent isn't the outside world, it's our own mind. What we need to conquer mostly are the desires, greed, ignorance, and hatred buried deep inside us. So, from a personal crisis to a universal calling, this realization inspired our author Xuemo to write a series of cultural works over the next decades and more, including the true heart, literary spirit, beyond emptiness, Lao's inner thoughts, and Xuemo's wisdom causes, and Buddha's wisdom and so on. These books draw a chord with people anywhere. As our author put in, my son's suffering is the suffering of the society. Personal struggles are global issues. So a lot of people change their destiny through reading our author work. But a girl, that is the koala needs love, a new novel written by Chinese author Xuemo. So, and that novel is about talking about a girl. A, a girl, it was about 23 years old. He jumped up of the building and commit suicide just because she had a experience in the prison. So she was tricked by her boyfriend and take the drug and send the drug to another people. So the policeman come to her apartment to arrest her and take her into the prison for about 3 years. About 3 years. So after the girl, the beautiful and smart girl, okay, left, mm, mm, went out of the prison, okay, and her father told her, so your life cannot have many. Your life, we don't have any chance. We don't have any chance. Okay. So and this girl and this girl was so disappointed, and then she felt that life was meaningless, and she jumped up the building and committed suicide. So the girl, she actually read this book. The world is a reflection of the mind, but she cannot take control. But she didn't take actions. She didn't take actions. She only read the book and she didn't take actions. And also this girl's father and mother divorced. Okay, and the girl just go to outside to live by herself. So she take some drug. Okay, some drug. Yeah, and and also and also the girl. Okay, that the new novel. I read the novel just a couple of days ago. Okay, koala needs love. The girl is called koala. Yeah, koala got the confidence, got the confidence in the prison just because she's doing everything good in the prison, and the policeman and her friends love her so much. But when she come back home, okay, when she come back home, her father told to her, "So you won't have any futures. You won't have any futures. No man will get married with you. Okay, your life is just like that." And then the girl cannot bear that and jump out the building and commit suicide. So it's very important when you read a book, when you change your mind, so you have to take actions and also um, take actions and let the actions become a way of your life. Okay, that's very important for us. So and also the girl she know the guidance in the book, and she cannot let her mind control by herself. Yeah. So and she didn't take actions. That's very important for that, for koala. Yeah, koala. Yeah, the girl. And then when I read the novels, I feel so touched. Yeah, because the girl's mother, koala's mother, I know her. And her mother is a very strengthened woman. Her mother is a very strengthened woman. Yeah, and her mother is so smart, as as well as the girl, as well as koala. Yeah. So, but koala, she cannot. She just suffering of a lot of things in her life. For example, the desire, ignorance, and hatred. That's something that like that. And then she cannot bear that and she jump off the building and commit suicide. So that is the tragic story of the koala needs love. But because her parents didn't have a very good education to teach the girl, and the girl just mm, stop her life. Okay, stop her life. And okay, let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. Our autonomous work fall into two categories: literal, literary, and culture. And our original literary works, such as the sun or the blood beings in the dead of night, lay bare the evil of human nature in extreme circumstance. On the other hand, our original culture work aim to eliminate the human nature like the sun. These two sides are like two wings to him. You can do without either one. Okay? So when you read a book, you have to take actions. A lot of people change their destiny just because when they read a book, their mind are changing, and then after they take actions, that's very important. So our author Shema said, so when you read the book, you don't need to only let the guidance in the book become the knowledges in your life. You have to let the guidance in the book, let the wisdom in the book become a wave of your life, and then your destiny it will be changed too. So this book, the world is a reflection of the mind, a rooting in traditional Eastern wisdom, and tailored to the mental dilemmas of modern people, such as anxiety and confusions. So let's continue to talk about the novels. Koala Needs Love. Our author Xuemo asked the girl, so if there is a chance that koala can relive again, will Would she prefer to become a volunteer in our team? And then the girl said no. Okay, even though she can relive again, she will just continue the way she want to live. So it means that that girl, okay, that girl is let us feel her, feel touching, moving. But the girls, okay, nobody can save the girl. Nobody can save the girl. Yeah. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. The world we perceive is shaped by the mind. The book puts forward what they call proposition that the trouble and pain people feel in life are not inherent in the world itself, but mostly created by their own minds. Those negative emotions like anxiety, annoyance, and confusions often stem from people's obsessions, prejudice, and excessive desires, rather than the objective difficulties. Just as the refraction changes with the object and the state of the water, our perception and attitude toward the world are completely dominated by the state of our own mind. When the mind is filled with greed, anger, suspicions, the world we see will be full of conflict and darkness. When the mind is calm, open, and peaceful, we can also find peace and warmth in the same life. Yeah. So that is the first part about the book. And the second part about the book, impermanence is the true feature of life, and obsession lead to suffering. So an attachment lead to suffering. Anything is impermanent. Yeah. Impermanent is the true feature of life. Mr. Shermore emphasized that impermanence is an unavoidable truth of the world. Nothing in life, whether wealth, fame, relationship, and even our physical state, cannot last forever. Many people fall into extreme pain because they are obsessed with the pursuit of permanence. They cling to what they have and fear losing it. Yeah. So, for example, Daniel said she fell in love with a girl, but the girl didn't love her. So, what will he want to do? Okay. So you have to know that impermanence is an unavoidable truth of the world. Nothing in life, whether wealth, fame, relationship, even our physical state cannot last forever. So the lady they will talk to you. For example, a girl, she said that she loves you every single day, but tomorrow anything is changed. She didn't love you anymore. She won't love you anymore. Okay? So that is the impermanence. That is the impermanence of the true features of the life. Yeah. So many people fall into extremely pain because they obsessed with the pursuit of permanence. Okay? So they cling to what they have and fear losing it, and are eager to get what they don't have. This kind of stubborn obsessions made the mind trapped in endless worries. And the book points out that recognizing the impermanence of all things is not a kind of pessimism. Yeah? But the first step to get rid of pain. This book it can help the reader understanding the life is like a dream, and only by letting go of unrealistic fantasies can we avoid being hurt by the change of the world. Yeah. So we have to know that the world, anything is impermanent. Anything is impermanent. Now I'm going to show you a story in this book. Okay, a girl, a young lady. She just want to get married. She's planning to take the wedding dress photos with her husband, and then she love each other so much. Yeah, and she love each other so much, and she just planned to take the wedding dress photo and take their honeymoons two months later. And after half years later, they want to have a baby. And after 2 years later, they want to settle down to her husband's hometown. and to have their children to grow up. Okay, so do you know what happens? So 3 hours ago, she just phoned to her husband to discuss what they are going to eat for the dinner. Okay, so after 2 hours later, she take a phone call by her husband's friend that her husband just passed away in the football field. Her husband just played for the football for fun, and then her husband just passed away in the football field. So can you imagine that? Just two hours ago, 3 hours ago, they just have a phone call, and anything just become a dream, and anything is just become a dream for her. So the lady was so fear and so nervous, okay, and so sad. She just locked herself in one room and didn't see anything and didn't see anyone, and she didn't want to eat anything. Okay, after 2 months later, after 2 months later, and then the lady just healing by herself, and also one of her sister recommend our autonomous book to her. The world is a reflection of the mind, and the book is also the reason that the girl get rid of the pen. Yeah, so that is the second part about the book. The third part about the book, changing the mind, is the key to changing fate and achieving freedom. The book argued that the essence of personal growth lies in the cultivation of the mind, and the goal of anyone's spiritual practice should be their own heart. You can find hi viewer, you can find the book on Amazon, yeah, and Tamil, yeah. So the book argues that the essence of personal growth lies in the cultivation of the mind, and the goal of everyone's spiritual practice should be their own heart. It points out that negative mentalities such as discerning mind, suspicions, angers, and arrogance are biggest obstacle to people to pursue the freedom and happiness. For example, the habit of comparing with others often breeds jealousy. Yeah, and inferiority. Okay, so comparing with others, the habit of comparing with others often breeds jealousy and inferiority. So uncontrollable angers will damage both interpersonal relationship and one's own physical and mental health. So I'm going to share you a story. So when some people get angry, okay, they will regret later. They say that okay, I should not be angry. I should not be angry. So can you imagine that I saw an old man and thought an old man when he was angry, I saw his body was shaking. I saw his hand that are shaking, just like something that in that moment, her physical and her mental health is not so good. Yeah, that is bad for the mental and the physical health. Yeah, so when somebody was angry, they might become some kind of brave and the heart are breathing so quickly. Okay, so I saw the man just like that, just like taking the electrics. Okay, so let's continue to talk about that. Unconscionable anger will damage both in the personal relationship, yeah, and one's own physical and mental health. To this end, this book, The World is a Reflection of the Mind, provides a practical method closely linked to our daily life and guiding us to stay away in trivial matters and listen to their inner voices and maintain a sense of awareness without distracting thoughts. Hi, if you're even new here, don't forget to follow our channel for more updates and for more wisdom books, okay? Through such continuous training, the mind can be gradually purified. The mind can be gradually purified. That's the third part about the book. The fourth part about the book. This book doesn't advocate escaping from life to pursue spiritual peace, but advocates having an otherworldly attitudes while engaging in worldly affairs. The books emphasize that the spiritual practice is not celebrated from daily life. On contrary, work, interpersonal communication, and daily achievement matters are all arenas for training the mind. For example, one of my friend, he do all the things for training her mind. Okay, she do all the things for training her mind. So when he was writing, okay, he just writing down this, okay, uh how to say that, he didn't have any minds in her mind was empty when she was writing. So she just connected to, okay, before she's writing, she had to take a meditation. She have to take a she have to do a meditation, and after the meditation, she start his writing. Okay, just clean, let him calm and clean her mind, and then start the writings. So sometimes when she after her writing, when he read the article, he said, "Oh, that's the article I written by me." So okay, it's super good. It's super good. Yeah. Also, some of my friend when she do the when we do the cleaning, when they do the cleaning, when we sweep the floor, okay, we just think about that the floor are our mind. So we have to clean our mind by sweep the floor, by sweep the floor. So also, okay, when we thought something just dirty in the on the floor, so we just cleaning as carefully, as slowly as we can, just as we are cleaning our own mind. Yeah. Okay. For example, doing good deeds in daily interactions can temper one's compassions. Can be dealing with work setbacks, can exercise one's resilience. Yeah. And the book encourages us to do our best in the present moment and treat, yeah, treat ourselves and others kindly, transform our mind through positive behaviors, yeah, then change our life trajectories. At the same time, the book reminds us that the true happiness and freedom don't come from the external gain, but from the inner clarity and peace after awakening. Yeah, only by establishing a connection with one's true heart can one gain the power to control one's own fate and achieving relative eternity in the impermanent world. So, okay, there is a training like this. When we made a mistake, when we realize we made a mistake, so we have to regret, we have to uh, regret, mm, before the next meal. For example, when we made a mistake in the morning, so we have to take the regret before the lunch. Yeah. So that is the very important for us when we regret for something. Yeah. So let's continue talk about the book. This book is a life-saving book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Okay, the world is a reflection of the mind. So now I'm going to share you a story about how this book saved the reader's life. Yeah, about 10 years ago, our author Xuemo was invited to take a lecture in the Beijing International Book Fair. So after the lecture, the girl, she just go straight to our author Xuemo, okay? And the girl said, thank you so much for saving my life to our author Xuemo. And our author Xuemo just smiling and said, for what, my lady? And the girl, she didn't say nothing. She only showed her wrist to our author Xuemo. She only showed her wrist to our author Xuemo. So when our author Xuemo saw her wrist, okay, a young lady's wrist, there are a lot of cut traces on her wrist, a lot of. So it means that the lady was trying to commit suicide for cutting her wrist for several times. And then the lady said, after I read this book, I won't do any 30 things anymore because I know the world is impermanent. The life is a giant illusion. Yeah, the life. Okay. Hi, Austin. Nice to meet you. You mean the GTA? Okay. Hello. Hi, Langsman. Xiao. You mean Xi Jinping? Xiao Jinping? What do you mean that Xiao Jinping? I'm not Xiao Jinping, my friend. Hi, Lena. Lena, nice to meet you. Austin, nice to meet you. So, do you mean the GTA? What is the meaning of GTA? Yeah. So you mean it's kind of motor racing? The motor racing, yeah. I tried that. Where is the GTA? What is the meaning of GTA? Oh, it's kind of game. Is this one, my friend Austin? GTA? Yeah, it said that it's about 80 US dollar. 80 US dollar, the GTA. That's kind of game, yeah. Okay. Luna. Lena, nice to meet you, okay? Lena Sibosa. Lena Sibosa, nice to meet you. How's anything? So what do you mean the Xiao Jinping? What do you mean the Xiao Jinping? Okay. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, the story about the book. So another story is about my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is my wife's brother. My wife's other brothers. So about many years ago, yeah, my wife's brother just got a mental crisis just because his companies was always broken, was almost broken. Yeah, and then she got a mental crisis. Yeah, so she just worry anything in his life. He just get worried about anything in his life. She worried about her apartment on mortgage. He also worried about her son didn't get married, and he also worried about his doctors and just having just going to the university. So she's just worried about anything in her life. Okay, and then his company was almost broken. Yeah. So when he was standing on the balcony of the apartment, okay, there is a calling in his mind. Okay, the life is so suffering. Why don't jump up the building and commit suicide? And then just this kind of calling in his mind, okay? And then fortunately, she didn't jump off the building. And then my wife sent the books to my brother-in-law. The world is a reflection of the mind. This book. After he read this book, after he read the book, so he know that anything is impermanent. Anything is impermanent. So we have to let go of a lot of things in our life: attachment, desire, suspicions, angers, hatreds, and something else in your life. When he let go all the things, okay, her illness was cured by reading this book. She didn't take any medicines. He didn't take many medicines, and her illness was cured by reading this book. Okay, the mental crisis. So my brother-in-law told me that this book saved his life. That is the saving book, life-saving book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Okay. Also, another story is about the Spanish Edison's translator. Okay, Liliana. Okay. Hi, my friend. If you're new here, don't forget to follow our channel, Austin. Okay. So I didn't play the video game. Okay, I didn't play the video game. Okay, I'm so sorry. So when I checked the GTA, I know that is the video game. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the story about the Spanish translator Liliana Asoska, and a Mexico translator. Okay, during the years in the 2020, during the years in 2020, Liliana Asoska's mother just passed away. Yeah, and then she got a serious illness of worries and nervous. Okay, she worries everything around her. She worried about her son, she worried about her husband, she worried about herself, she worried about her father. She also worried about the student in the College of Mexico. And she also worried about the people in her city. She worried about her countries. Okay? She worried about all the peoples around the world during the 2020. You know what happens during 2020s? The disaster flow globally. Yeah. So and her mother passed away. So I remember that is about 2023. I also got a very, very sick in 2023 in the winter. Yeah. I was sick in the winter. Yeah. And then and then fortunately my friend took care all of us. So a lot of the member in the academy just got sick one by one. Okay, and very very serious illness of us. So we know that the world is the reflection of the mind. So also Liliana, she got the illness of worries. Okay, serious illness of worries, and in her top period, her top periods of her life, she met this book. Okay, and when she read the book, the world is a reflection of the mind, and then she was feeling better. And then she emailed to our author Xuemo, just want to get the permission for translate this book into Spanish. She told our author Xuemo she can translate this book into Spanish for free. She can translate this book in Spanish for free. Okay, Liliana Asoska. And our author Xuemo said that if you translate the book, so I will pay for you. I will pay for you. Okay. So and Liliana start to translate the book into Spanish during the 2020s. Okay, there is something amazing happen. There's something magic happens. Do you know what happens? After Liliana finished her translation, her illness, her illness was killed by the translation of this book, and anything of her life are becoming better. So that is why Liliana was always excited to sharing this book to the people. She said this book is a life-saving book. This book is an essential reading in our life. Okay, so if you want to save our life, so we can take a copy of this book for reading. The World is a Reflection of the Mind, written by Chinese author Xuemo and translated by J.C. Clary. Also, the Spanish one is translated by Liliana Asoska. Okay, Asoska. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? Hi, my friend. We like to drink some water, okay? We like to drink some water. Okay. Hi, my friend. Welcome to today's live sessions. I'm so great to see so many of you right here. Okay, so let's let's kick off with a quick poll. Okay, how many of you live How many of you have felt overwhelmed by the AI era lately? You know that now the AI was developed so fast. Okay, a lot of people just get worried about the futures in the AI era. They will lose their job in the AI era. Actually, a lot of people they lost their job because the AI. Yeah. So and a lot of people get fail overthinking by the AI lately. Like you're scoring through endless informations and your mind feels cluttered and you just think, who am I and what do I really want? Yeah. So a lot of people just get worries about the AI in this period. So that's why our author Xuemo, that's why I'm so excited to share you this book. Okay. The world is a reflection of the mind, written by Chinese spiritual writer and spiritual and enlightenment teacher Xuemo. So this book, it will be your new bedside companion for clarity in chaos. Yeah. So first, who is Mr. Xuemo and why should you care about Mr. Xuemo's work? Mr. Xuemo is one of China's most influential contemporary writers, a master of blending traditional Chinese philosophy with real-life wisdom. Mr. Xuemo is not some academic locked in an ivory tower. Mr. Xuemo grew up in the harsh yet profound Gobi Desert, and his writing carried the raw, authentic energies of someone who's lived and learned. And this book, The World is a Reflection of the Mind, is Mr. Schumer's love letter to anyone struggling to find peace in a noisy world. It is a it is the first volume of the Mindful Yoga series. It is a prose collection, but not the kind of hard to get through. Then about 44 bite-sized life lessons, each with a title that made you go. So some people said that what is the main idea about this book? Okay, what's the core idea about this book? Exactly what the title said. The world, the world you see isn't just out there, it's a reflection of what's inside your mind. Ever notice how two people can face the same situation? A talk what they like, and one panics and why the other stay calm. That was not luck. That is mind shaping reality. And this book, it will teach you how to take control of that process. Yeah. So let's get real, my friend. We are living in a time where the AI can do a lot of things to replace the human beings. Yeah. For example, you know that in China, some taxi driver will lose their job because the auto driving car. Okay. And some deliverers will also lose their job. You know that the auto driving airplane, they take the food, they take the deliver to the people. And the auto driving car can also take the cabbage to the people. Yeah, it's so convenient. It's so convenient. And also some of the chef, some of the cook, they also lost their job. Okay, in China we have some kind of AI robot cook for the restaurant. Okay, they can cook the food, they can cut the food. You just put all the foods right there, and then the AI robot machine can chop the food into small piece and fry it and cook the food for the people. So a lot of cook will lose their job. So and also some kind of designer also lost their job. Even though some kind of actor and actress also lost their job. You know that now in China they have a lot of AI movie, AI TV series. Okay, the people use the AI to to take the movies, to get movies. Yeah. So even though one of my friend right here, Wendy, he also used the AI to take the how to say that is some kind of video. Okay, 800 series of video for the soul salon. Our automation must work. Yeah, our automation must work. So the AI, we're living in a time where the AI can do a lot of things that replace the human beings. The AI can write the essays. The AI can create the art. The AI even plan our days. Yeah, but the AI cannot fix a clogged mind. It cannot tell you how to end that constant feelings of not enough. It cannot help you discover your true self. That is where Mr. Xuemo comes in. The book dives deep into key Chinese philosophy concepts, like the mind, its essence, and ultimate reality. But here is the best part. It doesn't use fancy jargon. Mr. Xuemo used real life examples in this book. Like there is a lesson about a farmer in his hometown who lost his crops to a drought, but still shared his last cent of grains with a stranger. Mr. Sherman breaks down how that farmer's clear mind let him see beyond his own loss, and how you can apply that same clarity to your work, relationship, even your social media scroll. In this book, Mr. Sherman answers the questions we are all asking. How do I navigate the world without getting swept up in chaos? And how do I stop suffering over things I cannot control? And how do I finally meet the true me beneath all the noise? And each answer comes with a tiny, actionable steps, not big, overwhelming change, just small shift that adds up. So you can take a copy of this book for reading and you got the answer. Yeah, I want to hear from you, my friend. Think of a recent moment where your mood changed, how you saw the world. Maybe you are having a bad day and everything felt terrible. Then someone gave you a smile, and suddenly, the world felt brighter. That is your mind reflecting. Jot that moments in the comments, okay, my friend. Yeah, and keep it short. I will read everyone. Okay, I will read a few loud. So, and also some viewers said, I've got a bad review at work, and I thought I was a failure. Then I read a quote about growth, and suddenly it felt like a lesson, not a judgment. Exactly. That is the power Mr. Sherman is talking about. Yeah, I know, there are a million self-help books out there, but why this one stand out? Okay, because this book is rooted in timeless wisdom, not chance. It's based on thousands of years Chinese philosophy, not the latest trend. That means the advice doesn't inspire. Okay, and this book is practical, is relatable and practical. Not manifest your dreams in 10 days hype. Just 44 lessons, like stop fighting the rain or your thoughts are not you, that you can apply today. Hi viewer, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. This is Louis from Western China. If you have any questions, just send me the message and start the conversations. So the readers from Tokyo to Toronto are calling this book their bedside companion because struggle for clarity is universal. It's not a Chinese book. This book is a human book, a life-saving book written by Chinese author Xuemo. So one reader in Berlin wrote, I work in tech and I'm surrounded by AI every day. I felt my mind was becoming a machine. until I read this book. Mr. Sherman told me that my mind is a mirror, not a computer. Now I take 10 minutes every morning to clean the mirror with his exercises. And my focus has never been better. That is the magic of this book. Hi, my friend, hello. Bisnet, nice to meet you. Hello, Bisnet. How's anything? This is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, Bisnet, Bisnet, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you're new here, please subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom books. Yeah? So that is the magic of this book. It is ancient wisdom for modern problems. Hello, yeah, nice to meet you. Bisnet. Bisnet, where are you from? I'm from China, okay, Western China, Gansu province. I was born in southeast of China, Guangdong province of China, yeah. But now I live in Western China, Gansu province right here. So I love the desert so much. Here, the academy is very near the desert, the Gobi Desert. So when we enter the desert, so we feel that ourselves, the peoples in the desert, are just so tiny, so little. Yeah. Hello, Bisnet. Let's continue to talk about it, bro. What is the biggest things cluttering your mind right now? Is it the work stress, relationship worries, the fear of missing out? Join in the comments, and here is the good news. Whatever it is, this book has a lesson for you. Okay? Bisnet, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you don't, please subscribe our channel. This is Louis from Western China. I'm here to sharing the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Can you see that background behind me? This gentleman is actually our author Xuemo, yeah? So, just some people said, I'm stressed about choosing between two jobs. Yeah, perfect. There is a chapter called Clarity Comes from Letting Go of Should. That breaks down how to stop listening to others' expectation, listening to others' expectation, and trust our mind's true voice. And that's exactly the kind of practical wisdom we're talking about. So I want to tell you about my favorite quotes from this book. The world doesn't change when the outside change. The world changes when our mind change. In an era where the AI can change is changing everything around us, it's more important ever to take control of one thing that always ours, our mind. And this book, and this book isn't just about reading words on a page. It's about changing how you see yourself and how you see others and how you see the world. Yeah. A reader in Toronto said, I used to lie awake at night, worrying about the future. Now I read one lesson before this book before bed. And I fall asleep knowing that my mind is my safe place. Yeah, that's what I wanted for you. Peace, clarity, and courage to live from your true love, true self. Okay? Business, okay, you're listening. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, if you're excited to start your mind reflection journey, so you can take a book from Tamil or Amazon. Yeah. So I'm going to share you a story about a man. Actually, he is a student of our author Xuemo. Okay, when a man is worn with work, and he often neglect his spiritual practice, and our author Xuemo tells him, when distracting thoughts surge in your mind, all you need to do is anchor yourself in the mindfulness of present moment and direct your awakened heart to the very things you're doing right now. Yeah. Specifically, fix your eyes on it and Let your ear listen to it fully, and let your nose seems to catch its scent, and let your tongue seems to taste its flavor, and your body to truly feel its touch. Yeah, and your mind also to focus on the things what you're doing. Okay, that is also a kind of writing. That's some kind of skill of writing. Yeah, when your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are all wholeheartedly focused on what you are doing, you're already abiding in your pure enlightened mind. Yeah, channeling your true heart to the task at hand. This kind of single mind focus is defined in spiritual practice. Yeah. So that is why our authorship must give the guidance to us. Okay, that's very important for us. Okay, stay forever awake and clear in the present moment. Follow circumstances as they come and live in joy and freedom. Master and stills our sixth sense with no wandering thoughts in our heart. Do our deeds like painting on empty airs. Focus wholeheartedly as we can. Let go completely when we finished. Leave no attachment, neither in the void nor in our heart. So that is the guidance from our author in this book. The world is a reflection of the mind. Yeah. So do you know that as a writer, Mr. Sherman has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions. So do you know how our author doing that? Yeah. So our autism writes out. Okay, I'm going to sharing you the story. Okay, so how Mr. Sherman become Mr. Sherman. So our autism said that he was always believed this: a genius is never someone born extraordinary. A genius is simply a person who keeps working steadily and re- relentlessly towards one clear goal. So, Mr. Sherman as a little, and here is the simple rules our author Sherman live by. Log onto your target. Finish all your daily tasks earnestly. On not shortcuts, not slack, then let go of unnecessary desires and overthinking, and sleep with a peaceful mind. And sleep with a peaceful mind. So over the years, that's our author experience. Okay, Mr. Sherman has met so many people who are far more talented than him. Honestly, if they stay consistent and keep working hard, they could have easily unturned Sherman. But look what happens. Many years later, they stayed stuck in the same place. The only thing that changed was their age. Also, Mr. Sherman also grew older, yeah, just like them. But Mr. Sherman, but Mr. Sherman has complete written his fate. Do you know the only difference between them, Mr. Sherman and his friend? Mr. Sherman never wavered. Mr. Sherman never abandoned his dream. And Mr. Sherman kept moving forward, step by step, toward his goal. And after decades of persistent effort, Mr. Sherman has published 3 dozens of books. Okay, not eight dozens of books, not 3 dozen, 8 dozens of books, and become a better version of himself. So, Mr. Sherman said, always share us a classic story in China. Have you ever watched the Western Journey? The Western Journey, yeah, the Tanzan monk. So the white dragon horse. The white dragon horse that travel to the Western paradise, and the donkey has turned the milestone every single day. Both of them work non-stop. Both of them work non-stop every day of their life. Every day of their lives. Yeah, but years later, but many years later, okay, the the white dragon horse become a heavenly deity, while the donkey grew old and tired. What made the huge gap? What made the huge gap is simple. The horse has a clear purpose. Why Mandarin so hard? Okay. Hi, shy, my friend, too shy. Okay, your name is too shy. Okay, actually, the Mandarin is not so hard. Okay, so you have to find a teacher. So too shy. If you live in China, my friend, if you live in China, so you have the environment to talk about the Mandarin, so you can speak the Mandarin very soon. Okay, and also I have a book for you. The world is a reflection of the mind. The word is the reflection of the mind. This is the bilingual editions. The bilingual editions, yeah, from English to Chinese. Can you see that? This is the Chinese part, and the English part is also in this book. The English part, okay. First, you have to got a very good teacher. You have to take a good teacher, okay? You have to take a good teacher. That the teachers can teach you the Mandarin, and then you have to talk. You have to practice. You have to practice the Mandarin every day. You know that practice made perfect. Yeah, practice made perfect. Yeah. Now let's continue to talk about the book, okay? Let's continue to talk about the story, okay? Many years later, you know that the white dragon horse are also walking day and day, step by step. Also, the donkey is also walking. So, what made that? It's just like the magical spell. Do you know that? Yeah, yeah. There are four tongues of the Mandarin. Yeah, there are four tongues of Mandarin. Is for example, yeah. But in English, there are only two tongues. In Chinese, Mandarin, we have four tongues. So that is a little different. For example, in China, our author Xuemo, okay? And when our author, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and our author Xuemo go to US, and the people call Mr. Xuemo, okay, they call it Xuemo, yeah, that's different, okay, that's different, and also some people say rumor, yeah, and the X, that's not the pronounce in English, okay, sure, okay, we say that sure more, okay, X, okay, so that's a little different. That's a little different. But to shine, I'm going to sharing you a story. Okay. Many years ago, I met a British man. A British man. He can speak a very good Mandarin. Can you imagine that? He can speak. Also can speak the Cantonese. Very good Cantonese and very good Sichuan dialect. Okay. When I met the man, the British man, I thought that are you come from British? Man, he can speak very good Mandarin, very good Sichuan dialect, and very good Cantonese. Yeah, and also, yeah. So that's the people. So actually, if you live in China, and maybe you can go to the Confucius Academy to learn the Chinese. So there are a lot of Confucius Academy all over the world. So a lot of people go to Confucius Academy to learn the Chinese. Yeah. Too shy. My friend, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel, okay? Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Okay, business. So let's continue to talk about the story about the white dragon horse and the donkey. The white dragon horse and the donkeys, both of them are walking. but many years later, they're different. Many years later, they're different. Okay, the white tiger horse become a heavenly deity, while the donkey grew old and tired. What made the huge gap is simple. Hi, Ali. Nice to meet you. Ali, nice to meet you. Okay, nice to meet you, my friend. Yeah, come again. Yeah, ego again. Hello again. Yeah. How's anything, Ali? How's anything, Ali? So let's continue to talk about it. Okay, it's simple. The white dragon horse has a clear purpose for every single step it took. It had a firm vow, a clear direction, and the donkey just walked in a circles. This one in a circles with no goal and no vision. Yeah. So that is and many years later, the white dragon horse and the donkey are different. Yeah. Of course, dream and vow means nothing without without the real actions. Yeah. A wish without effort is just pen the touch on the word. It looks bright, but it can never light up your life or get you out of the trouble. Yeah. So always remember the truth. You follow the church light to walk through the dark night. But the church itself can carry you forward. It can only show you the way. Okay? The only thing that lead you out of darkness is your own footsteps. Yeah, you have to touch and you have to take your footsteps. Yeah. So keep moving steadily along the line and don't be impatient. Don't rush for quick success. Hold fast to your fail, stick to your goal, and keep walking day after day. Slowly progress is better than no progress. Persistence will eventually rewrite your destiny. Yeah. So that's the book, okay, my friend, written by Chinese author Xuemo. The world is a reflection of the mind. Okay. So if you want to more, if we want to got more guidance from this book, so you can take a copy of this book for reading. Okay. Too shy. Are you still here, Ali? And Bisnack, nice to meet you. Okay, thank you so much for accompanying with me. Okay, this is Louis from Western China. I'm here to share you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Yeah. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Okay, I have to go. I have to go. See you. Have a nice day. Okay, thank you so much for accompanying with me. Okay, Ali, your name is Ali Salen B. Wow, your name is so long. Okay, your, your name is so long. Okay, see you. Have a nice day, my friend. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Yeah, I have to go.